Hello everyone, welcome to Caroline's Craftery. Today we are doing week 25 of the CCT 52 challenge. There's lots of information about this challenge in my description box of the video. And you can also get that same information over on my Facebook group. So this week's prompts: magazine page, something clear, illustration, lace, and wings. So this is what I have dug out of my stash that I'm going to use. I have a illustration of a bird, which also gives me wings. I've got a little bit of seam binding here, crinkled seam binding that I plan on using. I have a little chunk of vintage lace that's got hair on it. We have, get rid of that hair, we got a piece of tea-dyed paper. It's lined. You probably can't see the lines, but I'm going to use that. I don't really have magazines, so I'm just going to use a book page. So I've got this little one that I already had torn out of a book. And then for my something clear, I've got some acetate. And it's got birds, which also gives me more wings. So let's see what we will make with this stuff. Now I think, yeah, I'm going to put this paper on the back. I'm just going to reach my paper trimmer because I'm going to need that in a minute. Let's start. I'm going to use art glitter glue. So let's start by taking my glue off the end of my nozzle. There we go. I'm going to glue this up and then it's going to get glued onto there. So I'll do the trimming after. This way I'll get it hopefully all the way to the edge. I'll take the little crinkle off the edge of the one side after I've glued it down. There we go, that's good enough for the background. Let's put this down kind of. I'm going to put it right to the edge because I kind of want to avoid the holes in the paper. But I am going to cut that part off anyways, but I want it as big as I can get it. Okay, let's just bring this in. We're just going to trim it off. I'm okay if I take a little bit of the paper, but I mostly want the card as big as I can have it. So I'll just kind of take off just a little bit of the edge to make it all nice and even. And this one, I do want to cut off those circles, so we will do that about there. So that gives us our base for a journaling card. Yes, I'm gonna make sure. So then we've got some nice writing space on the back there. Now, I think this bird is going to go on the back. I think I'm just going to put it just to decorate up the back a little bit. Let's ink this though. Just a quick little bit of ink around the edge. The tag I'll do at the very end. I'll ink it all. So there's that. Let's go ahead and glue this down right now. Lots of things a person could use for wings. Wings of a plane, wings of a bird, fairy wings, or a fairy, or all kinds of things. You get to decide how you interpret the prompts. Let's just put that right there. Just so then the back's not quite as bare. Okay, now for the front. Now I'm planning on putting this on the top. I think I'm going to cut it out. Let's see. I am going to just cut it straight across here. Just so then I'm dealing with a little bit smaller piece of paper. Cut down there so I'll have more acetate, or not acetate, vellum for another project. Now this is always the hard part because gluing vellum down, I always see the glue, drives me crazy, but I've got something else I'm going to use. I'll be right back. Okay, so I happen to have this double-sided tape, Sukwang brand. That's about all I can tell you about it. I've had this roll forever. I actually have 2 of them. Actually, I had 3, but I gave one away. And I've been trying to come up with ways to use it. Now, you could glue this or do a variety of things. There's lots of ways that you can fasten down this. Quite often, I would put it down and then just put little dots of glue like in the corner, and then I would stitch it. But I am going to use this double-sided tape just because I have it, and I'm working hard at trying to use up all the stuff I have. So this is one of the things that needs using up. So we are just going to, I want the edge right close to the edge. I am going to be trimming this, of course. So there we've got this. Even if you had thin double-sided tape, you could put that around. Okay, I'm going to cut across my vellum because in that way, going crooked, that way I've got the, oh, I'm losing my words. I don't want to cut on the sticky stuff because it'll stick to my scissors, but if I cut over top of what I placed down, it should be fine. I want to trim up. I'm going to trim, like, there's this edge and then there's a white line right there. So I'm going to cut on the inside of the white line. Actually, what I could use this. What am I doing? Let's try. Hopefully this will work. Okay, let's try this. Sort of worked. Not sure if this side will work because I've got some tape sticking up there, but oh, there we go. That worked good. Okay, let's move that aside. Now we can bring in our card. Let's peel this off. As I say, you could easily just glue this down or something like that there. Okay. Peel that off. Let's see if we can get this down relatively even. Actually, I'm going to put it over just here. No, trim it. I'll just trim it off after. Okay. Let's, oops, can we get it up off the desk now? There we go. So we can see the birds. You can see the stuff behind it. The tape makes it not quite as clear as just the vellum, but that's okay. That will work just fine. Now comes the tricky part of trimming all this off. Let's see if we can get this trimmed without wrecking everything. Okay, one side done. Should have maybe tried and trim it before. Oh no, I couldn't have done that. Never mind. And I try and trim it before I peeled the stuff off, but I had to peel the stuff off in order to get it stuck down. Okay. Oops. Number 2. Working on the third side. Not too bad. It's not actually sticking to the scissors too much. So that's good. These are the Tim Holtz scissors, and I think they're a little better than some scissors and stuff for having stuff stick to them. Okay, last side. There we go. There's that. Oops. There we go. So now we have this here. And then we've got that there. Let's ink this up. You know, I like my stuff inked just that little bit to cover up in case there's some white or something like that on it. Do this side here. Fair bit of journaling spot on the back of this card. Okay, there is that. Now, for lace, I'm just planning on thinking this little curved piece here. Let's snip that off. Or I could use, okay, let's cut this little piece off too. Maybe I could put that up there. That would look good. And then I can put this piece somewhere else, like maybe down in this corner. I like that up there. That looks good. Let's glue that down right now. We're just going to put some glue right on the back of this part. I do use my art glitter glue for fabric and everything. And I find that as long as you're willing to give it the chance to dry, it sticks to pretty much everything. The odd time I will use glossy accents to glue something down, like if I was to glue a charm down or something like that. But other than that, I mostly use the art glitter glue. Now I'm wondering, no, it's got to go on the front. So we're going to put that down here. Not sure what's the right way or wrong way. I don't think it really matters. I want the messy side up though, I think. I'm actually going to put this lace upside down. Now, I'm going to just dab my glue along these thick parts. And that should hold it down plenty good enough. Flip it over and just put it right down in this corner. So that pretty much takes care of all of our prompts. But I want to add a little bit more. Now I've done this before and I really liked it. So I've got some just odds and ends of seam binding that I dyed myself. And I'm going to cut the pieces, oh, they may be 1.5 inches long, but I want to crumple them up. I'm going to end up crumpling them up, but I'm going to put just a fairly big blob of glue. And then I'm going to crunch this up, just kind of push it all together, and I'm going to drop it down there, and I'm just going to hold it. Now hopefully the glue will seep through the seam binding and glue it all the way through. But when I crumple them up like that, they kind of look like flowers in a way. So I'm just going to crumple that all up. Put a dot of glue somewhere where I want it. And then that's going to get pushed down. And if little bits stick up or something, that's okay. But I do have to hold that just for a second for the glue to like kick in. And then let's do one kind of on the outside. And same thing, just crunch it up in a little ball, push it on top of my glue, and hold it just for like 30 seconds or so. And then, like I say, if some of it stands up, that's okay. It kind of just gives a little bit more dimension. Let's do a few green, kind of a light green yellow. So I'll maybe do 2 of those. So again, just cut them, inch and a half long. And let's put one right up here. This is just to add a little bit extra dimension to this little project. And then push that down. You could do this with ribbon or a little piece of lace too. This one here might be sticking up a little too much, so I might just put a little dab of glue kind of under here. And then just hold that down. I don't want it to be too loose because then it kind of like bounces all over the place. Where do I want another one? Let's put one right here. Don't want something too thick that's going to stick out too much. Okay, let's hold that down. The trick to these little flowers, and I do think they look like little buds or something on a flower stem, is just holding them down a little bit. But I think they kind of look like flowers. What do you think? I like them. I like when they turn out like that. Let's do, I'm going to do a couple of this green one. Just because I like how things are looking. So cut a couple of those. And where are we going to put these? I'm going to put one over here. Just to tie this little bit in with the rest of the goodies. Again, hold it down. Okay, we've got this one. Let's put one up over this away. And push her down. Glue it kind of all down. And again, another very simple project. You don't have to do big fancy things for this challenge. So there we have basically our tag. Just so simple. So easy. I'm wondering if I should put a little piece of lace or something just to tie this in a little more. I could just do this here. And then let's put some glue on the back of this. Okay, got that. Get the glue off my table. Try to pick this up. And let's just set it right there. That is perfect. So then we have a cute little journal card. We have our magazine page, which we used a book page instead. Something clear, which was the vellum. Illustration is this bird out of a book that I had. Lace, we got lace on both sides. And then our wings are for our birds. Let's see, now, excuse my arm, I'm gonna reach my big chubby journal. Getting pretty chubby. Looking fantastic. Now we need to find a place. Usually I find a place beforehand, but I just didn't. Let me see if I can find a paper clip. Here, what's this? Here we go. There's a paper clip with nothing in it. So our little card is going to go right there. Maybe we can make a pocket for it later. So that's going to go right like that. I think it's kind of cute. And we can put this behind it. Been keeping all these papers with the project because I can. So there we go. So there is week 25. I might have said week 24 before, but it's week 25. We are almost halfway. Next week we'll be halfway through our 52 challenge. That is awesome. Hope you like this week. Check out all the links below in the description box. And we will see you very soon. Bye.